it do? There's a million stars, each for one every city.
Welcome to this edition of Cops Corner presented by the Urbana Police Department. I'm Officer James with the Urbana Police Department, and today's topic is going to be about animal control issues. Today's guest is our very own Animal Control Officer, Michelle Carr.
Hello.
Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you.
Michelle, you've been with our department for about how long now?
About a year.
About a year now, but you have prior experience
Correct.
prior to working here,
About
correct?
13 and a half years prior to this.
And tell us about what you do on a daily basis.
Okay. Of course, it depends on the day, but a lot of my duties are going to be pertaining to dogs running at large. It could be just the friendly dog that got out, or it could be a what we call a vicious RAL, which is running at large.
Right.
I also handle situations of sick and injured animals, and that could be a dog, it could be a cat, it could be any type of wildlife when it comes to like raccoons, possum, or even bats. I also respond to calls if a wildlife or wild animal is in a residence. I get a lot of calls of like a bat living in a living room or a bedroom or a bathroom, different things like that.
So how do you deal with a bat flying around? I mean, that's not a common thing that people would generally, dogs, cats, squirrels, bats.
You wouldn't think it's common, but I get a lot of calls for bats. Somehow they're getting into a residence, or I've had different calls where they have gotten into classrooms through a window, a chimney, or just an open door. It's pretty simple to catch a bat because they're generally terrified of human beings. So I have a little net that I capture them in, and then I take them over to the university.
So it's not like the movies. If a resident of Urbana has a bat in their home, they don't have to go run and hide under cover.
No.
they can kind of go about their day, or not really their day, but their time, and contact the Urbana Police Department, which will contact you, and you go out and handle the situation.
Definitely.
Okay. So what should the public know if they plan on owning an animal, or if they already own an animal?
Okay. That's a big question, but I'll tell you just the basics, whether you live in Urbana or anywhere. You need to understand that owning a pet is a big responsibility, whether it's a cat, a dog, a guinea pig, a rabbit. They're expensive, they're time consuming, and you have to make sure that you're doing it right. So, making sure they're getting enough exercise, you're providing them with proper care, food, water, shelter. When it comes to ordinances, like in Urbana, if it's cat or dog, you have to make sure that they are current on their rabies vaccination, and they have to be wearing a tag at all times.
Okay.
And with dogs, there's a leash law, so you have to make sure they're on a leash. Cats, they can roam free in Urbana.
Now, if they're in their yard and it's fenced in, do they have to be on a leash?
No.
Okay, so it's just if they're out and can move freely to go into somebody else's yard, then they need to be on a leash.
Correct.
Are there fines that's incorporated?
Fines. Yes. For animals running at large, there's a fine. Generally, there's an impound fee that you pay if they're picked up, but the fine is $165 for running at large.
Okay.
And then for no rabies, it's a mandatory court appearance.
I understand. So if you're not ready to handle all the responsibilities of owning an animal, don't get an animal.
Just say no.
Just say no, absolutely. Okay, so where can people find out information other than what we've provided, or even get additional information?
Sure. You can go to our website, the City of Urbana's website, and you can also go to Champaign County's website. They have all of that information.
Okay. So is there anything else that you wanted to tell the public that I didn't ask?
One thing I would like to add is if anyone in the City of Urbana is in need when it comes to their animal, whether it's food, shelter, vaccinations, spay, neuter, anything like that, they can contact me directly at the Urbana Police Department. I can help them out.
Okay. Did they just call the police department?
Call the police department, yes.
Okay. At the 384-2320? All right. Well, thank you for coming on, and from all of us at the Urbana Police Department, thanks for watching, and be safe.
All the